The law of 3-7 and its application in human life and relationships. The fundamental law of the universe is the law of 3-7, which governs all natural operations. Nature itself operates based on this principle, and since we live within it, we also exist according to the law of 3-7. This law is essential for humans to understand in order to govern and harmonize with nature. Without knowing this fundamental principle, life can become difficult and complex. While it may be hard to grasp in a short time, as we explore it further, it will gradually become clearer. Fundamentally, when a person comes into this world and lives on Earth, they exist with only 30% of their energy. What we call the soul is the true self, not the physical body. The soul, which is the essence of our being, operates at only 30% of its original energy while living in this world. The remaining 70% of our energy resides in the universe, in our true home. This means that Earth is not our true home. Rather, we exist in a transformed state here because our energy has become clouded and heavy. This heaviness has caused 30% of our energy to separate and reside on Earth. The reason we strive and make efforts in life is to refine our energy. The more we evolve, the more we realize the importance of living for others. This realization is emphasized because living for others leads to the dissolution of karma, which in turn purifies our energy. Only when our soul becomes pure can we ascend to the heavenly realm and return to our true essence. It is due to our impure energy that we are here on Earth. Since only 30% of our energy is present in this world, our task is to purify this energy in accordance with the law of 3-7. This is our responsibility. We have continuously strived to evolve in order to refine our soul's quality. As the soul becomes purer, we naturally develop the desire to do good and live with a conscience. This is the essence of true evolution. The foundation of evolution lies in the desire to contribute to others, to benefit humanity, and to live a life of virtue. As we dedicate our lives to helping others, our karmic burdens dissolve, and our soul's energy becomes lighter and clearer. This is the effect of the law of 3-7. Everything in life operates under this law. Even in relationships, connections are formed through a division of energy according to the 3.7 principle. Humanity as a whole currently functions at 70%, and in the future, people must live in a way that benefits others. The era of living solely for personal survival is over. This is the progress of human civilization. Now we must live in a way that contributes to others, as only through this can we dissolve our karmic burdens. We are no longer in an era of simply evolving and developing. We have already evolved. Now we must focus on how we manage and apply the remaining 30% of our existence within society and nature. If this is mismanaged, all our previous efforts will be in vain. This too is governed by the law of 3-7. Humanity has already completed 70% of its evolution. The remaining 30% is about how we operate and apply this progress. The root cause of our struggles lies in the density of our energy, which has become heavy and impure. Our task is to purify this energy, which essentially means clearing our karmic debts. This process is now beginning. Until now, the cycle of reincarnation has created contradictions and struggles, but these were not mistakes. Rather, they were necessary for new creations to emerge. However, moving forward, we must clear these contradictions and recognize that no one is truly guilty. Past struggles were merely a process of creation and confrontation, leading to new developments. Therefore, no one should hold resentment against others. True enlightenment means letting go of hatred and blame, recognizing that we are all interconnected as part of humanity. Even if we were unaware of this while growing, as we mature, we come to realize that those who dedicate their lives to humanity cannot harbor resentment or blame others. This is the essence of Hongik Ingan, the ideal of living for the benefit of all people. The hardships and struggles we see in society today are ultimately our shared responsibility. We must not blame others, but instead take responsibility for what we have not yet accomplished. The law of 3-7 is both a cosmic law and a principle for living life. It governs the entire universe and guides our existence. As we continue to study and explore this law, it will become increasingly clear and easier to understand. Through our collective efforts, we can uncover its deeper meanings and apply them effectively in our lives. The law of 3-7 and its relationship with human life. The law of 3-7 is a fundamental principle that governs the universe, nature, and human life. Understanding this law allows us to live in greater harmony with ourselves and others. 1. Human beings and the law of 3-7. 1. A human soul originally possesses 100% energy, but only 30% of it exists on Earth during life. 2. The remaining 70% stays in the universe, which is our true home. 3. We came to Earth because our energy became impure, and our purpose here is to purify our energy and eliminate karma. 2. Human life and evolution. 1. Evolution is not just about growth, but about becoming a better person and living to benefit others. 2. By helping and caring for others, our soul becomes lighter and purer, and our karma dissolves. 3. The purer our soul becomes, the closer we get to returning to the universe. 3. The law of 3.7 in human relationships. 1. The 3.7 principle also applies to human relationships. 2. When forming relationships, energy is divided into a 3.7 ratio, and even society operates based on 70% growth and 30% management. 3. The new era ahead is not about personal survival, but about living for the benefit of others. 4. The future direction. 1. Humanity has already achieved 70% of its growth. Now we must wisely manage the remaining 30%. 2. If this management is done incorrectly, all past progress could be lost. 3. We must no longer blame or resent others. Instead, we must resolve past contradictions and move forward with a new vision. 4. True progress happens when all of humanity works together in harmony, embracing the spirit of Hongik Ingun, living for the benefit of all people. Conclusion: the law of 3.7 is the fundamental principle governing the universe and human life. By understanding and applying it, we can lead better lives, build harmonious relationships, and ultimately purify our souls. We are now entering a new era where, instead of focusing on personal growth, we must focus on how to operate society and humanity as a whole. I have written a novel based on this story, The Awakening of the Soul, a story of the law of 3.7. In a distant land where the sky shimmered with hues of celestial blue and the rivers sang melodies of time, there lived a man named Aaron. He had always felt an inexplicable emptiness, a longing for something beyond the tangible world. Despite his success as a scholar and philosopher, an unseen weight burdened him, as if a part of him was lost somewhere beyond the stars. One evening, as Aaron sat by the ancient tree of wisdom in the heart of his village, an old traveler approached him. The traveler, with eyes as deep as the universe itself, handed Aaron a worn-out scroll. "This," he said, "is the wisdom of the cosmos, the law of 3.7. You must seek its truth." Curious and intrigued, Aaron unrolled the parchment and read the words that would change his life forever. Only 30% of your soul resides in this world. The remaining 70% dwells in the realm beyond. To reunite with your true essence, you must purify your spirit, dissolve your burdens, and live for others. Aaron pondered deeply. If only 30% of me is here, where is the rest of me? How do I bridge the gap? He decided to embark on a journey to discover the truth of this law. The 3 trials. His journey took him across vast deserts, towering mountains, and boundless oceans. Along the way, he encountered 3 great trials that tested his understanding of the law. The trial of the self. In a secluded monastery atop a mist-covered peak, Aaron met a blind monk who asked, "Who are you?" "I am Aaron, a seeker of wisdom." The monk shook his head. "No, you are more than a name. Strip away your knowledge, your titles, your past. Who remains?" For days, Aaron meditated, reflecting on his existence. Slowly, he realized, I am not just my body or my achievements. I am my soul, a fragment of the vast cosmos. With this understanding, he passed the first trial. The trial of giving. In a starving village suffering from drought, Aaron encountered a woman who sat with a group of children, teaching them the ways of wisdom and truth. "Why do you spend your time teaching them instead of searching for food?" Aaron asked. She smiled. "Because knowledge is the greatest nourishment. When we give wisdom, we empower others to create their own sustenance and shape their own future." Inspired, Aaron spent weeks sharing his knowledge, teaching the villagers how to read the stars, understand the seasons, and make choices that would lead to a harmonious life. He felt his heart grow lighter with every lesson, realizing that true giving was not about material offerings, but about enlightening others with wisdom. Thus, he passed the second trial, the trial of forgiveness. His final trial took him to a kingdom torn apart by war. There, he met a king who harbored deep hatred for his enemies. Aaron asked, "What do you gain from holding on to resentment?" "Justice!" The king bellowed. They must pay for their wrongs. Aaron reflected on the law of 3-7. He knew that hatred only weighed down the soul. He urged the king to release his anger, to forgive not for the sake of his enemies, but for the sake of his own freedom. Days later, the king declared peace, and Aaron felt an unexplainable lightness within. He had truly purified his spirit. He had finally passed the third trial, the return home. With his newfound wisdom, Aaron returned to his village. The old traveler awaited him under the ancient tree. "You have learned well, Aaron," the traveler said, his eyes twinkling. "You understand now that the law of 3-7 is not just a cosmic rule. It is the way of life. Purify yourself, live for others, and you will reunite with your true essence." As Aaron looked up at the night sky, he no longer felt lost. He understood that his true home was not just in the stars, but within his own purified soul. He had become whole. And so, he spent the rest of his days sharing his wisdom, helping others awaken to the truth of the universe, one soul at a time.